Hi, this is Jasmine from Melbourne Muscle Medics, and in this video we're going to go through a few stretches that you can do to help ease and relax your lower back. You may be experiencing some lower back pain, and in this particular video we're actually going to be using the aid of a wall. So if you don't have a blank wall, you can use the back of a door as well, something where there's a little bit of space so that you can do the stretches that I'm going to show you today. Alright, so getting yourself up nice and close and cozy with your wall. The closer you can get your bum to the wall, the more intense your stretches are going to be. So with any of these stretches, if it's too intense, just kind of scoot your way away from the wall. So, I hope you've got nice clean feet or you've got socks on. We're going to just start with a little bit of relaxation for our lower back. So, nice and close to the wall. In fact, I probably got a little bit closer. Get that nice little scoot and shuffle on. Our legs straight up. Now, for some people, if you're super inflexible, one, you need to work on that, but this already may feel like a little bit of a stretch. You may feel a little bit of a pull on the back of your legs or on your lower back. But what I want you to do is just lay here and just relax, allowing yourself to focus on your breathing, nice and slowly in, and then gently all the way out. Now what we're doing here is we're just allowing our body just some time to come to grips with what's going on in the world at the moment, allowing it some time to relax and recover. So much of what we do is full of stress and speed and hurry, and we put a lot of physical demand on our bodies. So this is just allowing it just to have a couple of minutes just to relax in a position that's really nice on our lower back. So in this position right now, we've got a very gentle stretch happening, but there's also no pressure on your lower back right now. So this is a happy place for your lower back. So if you are feeling lower back pain, this is just a really nice position that you can come into just to take that pressure off. As we lay here and breathe, I want you just to think through your body. Find any areas that you may be clenching or holding on tight, and as you breathe out, just letting them go. You may find this in your toes, in your calves, your thighs, your glutes, your tummy, your arms and your hands, your shoulders, even your eyebrows. Just allow everything to relax as you breathe out. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come into our first stretch, which is actually for our inner thighs. So our inner thighs attach onto our pelvis, and they can be a big contributor as to the way that the pelvis is sitting, which of course can then in turn affect our lower back. So doing this nice and slowly, I'm going to give you two different options, alright? So option number one is we can put our feet flat on the wall, so bending the knees, feet flat on the wall, and just using your arms, just gently opening those knees out to the side. Now the more pressure you apply to your knees, the more intense this stretch is going to be. But as you can see, we're opening up through the inner thigh, just applying some gentle pressure to get a bit of lengthening and stretching through the inner thigh. So that's option number one. If you're liking the feel of that stretch, just continue with that one. Option number two is a little bit more intense, and it does require a bit more space. So you're going to just allow gravity to let your legs fall open to the side. Let's shift over a little bit. Alright, so just allowing those legs to drop to either side, stretching out through the inner thigh. Now this stretch can be a little bit more intense because we are getting an extra muscle that comes down and crosses the knee. And of course, gravity, body weight, applying that little bit of extra pressure through the inner thigh. So whichever stretch you prefer, whichever one feels the best, or whichever one you've got the space for, just jumping in, continuing with those nice deep breaths to allow our body to relax. Our muscles are stubborn, they take a bit of time, and we need to just allow them that time to let go of the stress and tension that they are holding. As you continue to breathe out, you may find you might be able to drop into the stretch a little bit further as those muscles are starting to lengthen and let go. They might have a little bit more give in them, and you might be able to drop it just that little bit further. No need to force it. Just letting your body do what it needs to do. Okay. When you're ready, you may need to use your hands to assist to bring those legs back up again. Feet flat on the wall. The next one we're going to stretch is our glutes. So our glutes relate very closely to our lower back. If one is tight, highly likely the other one is tight as well. I know I'm a little bit tight through my glutes today, so I'm going to shuffle away from the wall because it's going to be a little bit too intense for me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch my left glute first. I'm going to take my left foot and I'm going to put it across on top of my right knee. Okay, so coming into this position here. Now there's a couple of different things from here that we can do to increase our stretch. Number one is we can play with the height of our foot on the wall. So if I lift my foot up higher, this is going to ease my stretch. If I bring my foot down lower, it's going to be a slight intensifier. Again, like how our distance away from the wall as well. So kind of play around with your positioning on the wall, the foot on the wall and your distance from the wall. The second thing that you can do is you can apply some pressure to your left knee. So with your hand, just gently pushing that knee away from you, never forcing it beyond where it wants to go, just taking its time and just applying that gentle amount of pressure. Okay. And then the third thing that we can do is then we can rock from side to side. So just gently kind of swaying from left to right. Our glute is a large series of muscles. We can change which muscle we're stretching just slightly by changing the angle that we are stretching it on. So by rocking from side to side, you'll feel different portions of the muscle stretching. Now for me in particular, I can feel it more over here as I lean to the left. So I'm going to hold that stretch there. But we're all different, we're all tight in different areas. You might find that you're tighter in one area than the other, so just holding that position. Now remembering we can shuffle closer to the wall, putting a little bit more pressure on our knee, but always, as always, nice deep breaths to help our body relax and lengthen into this stretch. This is a really nice one because you can just use the solidness of the wall as something to push against to help increase the stretch. I really like this one. All right, let's come over and do the other side. So bringing your right foot onto your left knee. We're going to go through those things that we can do to increase our stretch. So if this is enough, just stay here. Otherwise, playing with the positioning of your foot on the wall. How close you are to the wall. Applying some pressure to your right knee to increase that stretch as you press your knee away from your body. And then of course rocking from side to side, getting that sway happening as you find that perfect angle to get your tension point. So again, my one's over here as I'm leaning to the right and I'm going to hold that stretch there. And nice deep breaths, allowing the body to rest and lengthen as we relax into this stretch. As it starts to give, you can add a little bit more intensity through any of our options. Couple more nice deep breaths, changing your position just slightly, change that stretch, get a slightly different angle, different portion, and breathe. Alrighty, and when you're ready, hopping up. So at any point throughout the day, if you have a wall or the back of a door, these are some fantastic stretches that you can do just to help relax through the pelvis and the lower back. Feel free to do them as much as you can throughout the day. And as always, if you need a massage, contact us to book in.